Yep, good evening, guys. I hope everybody is well. I hope you can hear me loud and clear, and I hope that you can see the pictures okay. As far as I'm aware, we have an excellent condition. Good evening, Jose. Thank you for that. And welcome back to Manchester United, the torment of my life. Good evening, Neil, and welcome. And I'm still getting these emails. Where is the latest one? Sack looms over Oldman with Ipswich up next. Talk about no pressure at all. And the funny thing is, we are currently in 8th. We've recovered a little bit. And if we win today, because West Ham were beaten by Liverpool yesterday, if we win today, we can jump over West Ham and go into 7th place. Like these threats of the sack all the time are just like horrendous. But I do understand how Amorim feels. And I do feel that having watched Manchester United last night, that he needs to change the tactic because it's dire. The way he's playing, it's slow and laboured and sideways and backwards. And I don't know how I didn't fall asleep watching that yesterday. If I hadn't got up to make 2 cups of tea, I probably would have fallen asleep. Good evening, Stefan. How are you, my friend? And if we'd played more direct and gone really at Leicester, we could have beaten them 8-0 or 10-0 because defensively they were shocking and we never took advantage of them. So I understand how he feels because playing this way is absolute torment. I don't understand the board because we are also in the Europa League semi-final. Maybe I do understand the board because as long as we stay in the Europa League, then we have a chance of getting in the Champions League. So Tottenham in the semi-final becomes a very, very big game because I got a funny feeling that if we lose in the semi-final, that would be me out because we can't make it to the Champions League any other way. So that's become a very, very big game now. But we got to focus on Ipswich. And if we can beat Ipswich, we'll jump above West Ham. And I think then after Ipswich, we will play West Ham. So these are 2 very, very big games. I can't see us winning them both. I can't see us winning either of them, to be honest. I think maybe attacking would be the best bet, but I'm pretty sure if I go attacking, Ipswich will score straight away. My voice is still a little bit rough, boys. Yesterday I couldn't speak at all. And so do bear with me. At times it might feel like my voice is drifting away. I will struggle on and hopefully we'll see this save out tonight. I've made some changes to the team, not many. I can't do that. He's playing as a libero. I can't play a wide centre-back in the middle of the 3. I am tempted. I will bear in mind that he's saying that we should push down the left. I brought in Garnacho and Mainu and Lindelof. Those are the 3 changes that I've made to the team. But I'm just kind of like reliant on the game really, because this tactic is dreadful. Have I got the sounds on? Yeah, I need to switch those off. And let's go and play some football. We can't analyse it anymore. Ipswich, it's just like it should be a solid victory, but I don't trust this team. I don't trust the tactic. Let's go and prove the media wrong, shall we? Casemiro is aggressive. He's been in good form of late, Casemiro. So we don't never press. Just want to have a look at these boys. Sam Morsey is a good player, but he's not a playmaker, so he's probably going to be a playmaker, or it could be Thorsfeldt. I think we'll type mark both of those just to be on the safe side. Leif Davis is a very dangerous player, and we need to turn him onto his right foot just to disable him a little bit. Lots of football at the weekend. Yes, get some rest, Stefan. I know I certainly need to be getting more rest. And what do I do when I'm sick? I go and make another video. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And I am going to be playing that system. Once this save is over, I'm going to go back to the Newcastle team at the end of the journeyman save. And I'm going to play that with that WM tactic, because it looks like a lot of fun. Looks like tons of goals. And should be fun. And HJ, we find something is going to balance mentality helps when you're fearful. Yeah, your instinct is to go attacking, but I agree with you. It's not always the best way to go. And I think you might be right. I think that I'm going to go along with your suggestion, and we're going to go balanced. We're just going to like take a look at it and see what happens early on. We are the away team at the end of the day, so I think you could be right, HJ Will. Good call. So I don't want to lose against Ipswich, but then I'd like to win. So let's just see how the game goes. It wasn't meant to be like that until I realised that we only had one centre back, and then I thought, okay, attack might be the best form of defence. And so when we went on attack, suddenly the two centre mids started opening up all sorts of ridiculous space up front, and it's like it might be fun to play. It's certainly going to be fun to watch, because there's going to be tons of goals scored. For who is the question? Always the question. I'd like to have tons of goals in this game if we could. Come on, boys, come on. And let's get above West Ham into 7th. Maybe if I can get to 7th, then we can stop these emails that I'm getting the sack. I get one every week. But at the moment, Ipswich are looking like the better team. We've settled into a nice back five there. And defensively, we've dealt with that. And let's build now. Let's build, boys. But I understand. I really do understand Amorim's frustration. But then I also look at this tactic and I look at the real life tactic, and neither of them work. And I wonder if he had success with this in Portugal, because the Portuguese league is nowhere near as good as the Premier League. And I think he's going to be given offside there, if I'm not mistaken. He was a long way offside. But Rashford has been in good form, but I think that was way, way offside. I don't think that's going to count. Yeah, it's disallowed. He was a long way offside. So no point getting... I mean, he's gone already. He's way offside. In fact, if Garnacho had pulled it down, Rashford had not interfered and Garnacho had gone on and scored, that would have counted. So Rashford to blame there, really, for interfering. But it's a good start. We're making some headway. Apparently, Ipswich are going to play Route 1, so we have to play with a standard line, keep the boys as far back as we possibly dare. I don't want any balls over the top causing me to get FM'd, but we need to get a goal, boys. We need a goal. And finally, Garnacho. That's not going to be offside, and we are a goal ahead. Takes us into 7th. Daniel, I'm a sporting fan, and all he needs is to start building a team with players tactically intent. Yeah, as a part of me, as a Man United supporter, I think there's just a sense that I am so frustrated with manager after manager. But it does, to me, Daniel, it does look, it looks slow, it looks laboured, and it just like pass it sideways, then it goes backwards, then it goes out to the wing back again, then he passes inside again and backwards to the centre back. It goes across the pitch to the other centre back. And it just like, at times I'm going to fall asleep here if I'm not careful. And I remember United being like so direct. And I think that he needs players who are a bit more aggressive, a bit more alive. I think the United players at the moment are lazy players. Oh! That was a bit strange. Almost snuck over the line. Is snuck a word? Snuck. Almost sneaked over the line. Snuck, is that a word? Somebody Google it. Is snuck a word? But United is not the team. I mean, I think, like, you can imagine how I feel as a United supporter. It's just horrid. And I think, a lot of these players have got to go. They're just not good enough. I watch Eriksen is so slow. And he's still got some nice touches. He almost scored. And that would have been a brilliant goal. But you can't just rely on one or two things that you do in a football match. He's got no pace. His speed of thought is a little slower than it used to be. I mean, bless him. He's been a good player. He's not anymore. And I think, I'll go along with what you're saying, Daniel. I think I'm just a bit frustrated with this passing it sideways and backwards and then sideways again and backwards, and there just doesn't seem to be any passion about them. There's, like, I watch teams like Forest and even Palace, they go at teams at 200 miles an hour. United, it's like about 5 miles an hour, and it needs to speed up a little bit, a bit more passion and a bit more go amongst the players. It's a shame about Heaven. I liked the way he was looking. Actually seemed to fit and to play well in that system. The only one of only a couple. It's a shame that he's got himself injured. But hopefully it's not too bad, because he did seem to look comfortable in that left side as the wide centre-back. I thought he played quite well till he got injured. But him apart, 2-0. And what a manager. Garnacho, one of the players that I brought in. I took out Mount, brought Garnacho in, and he's repaid me with 2 goals. And hopefully now that will be a victory in the bag. We won't do anything silly. And possibly a good call to go balanced. A very good call, I think, to go balanced there. Yeah, Daniel, I mean, that's all we can do is see what the future holds. I think we'll see what happens in the summer transfer window. I've got more things to worry about here at the moment. But at least we are up into 7th now, and I wonder if I will get the same email. I'm also aware that there is talk of a takeover, and I might be getting these emails because the new owners might not want me in charge if the takeover goes through. So those emails might be linked to the takeover. Nobody's playing particularly badly. I think we'll just go out there, start the second half, see what happens. I don't want second half syndrome. It does seem to be paying off. I think you're right in that it's important not to allow them space, and we've denied them space at the moment. And the standard line is working very nicely. They're struggling to get behind us at all. Standard line's working very nicely. Everything looks nice. We're not creating much, but the chances we've had, we've taken them. But Ipswich are back in this game at the moment. But this could be FM testing me. Am I going to panic? Or are we just going to continue doing what we're doing? And I don't think that we want to change anything. Every team will have its 15 minutes where it will be in charge of the game. I don't think we need to panic and change anything at the moment. Ipswich are having their 15 minutes. We just need to keep them out. Match momentum, though, seems to be still with us. I've lost where the ball is. Oh, there it is. It was lobbed up in the air by someone. But they are coming back into the game, passing the ball around a lot nicer. And are getting behind us now. This is obviously a big worry, as they have now come back into the game. And now I need to think about things. Or do I just continue as we're doing? Because that could be just a flash in the pan. That was a nice goal, to be fair. But we're giving them a lot of space. Too much space. And Hurst, I know, is a good player. So we'll type mark Hurst. Because I know he's a good player. But they carved us open there very, very easily. And they've actually become the better team in the second half. And we are not looking so good anymore. As they are getting chance after chance after chance. Yeah, this is the China match engine. Stefan. Some people say it's more attacking than normal. I'm not seeing it as being more attacking. This is the updated version, the original one apparently. Leif Davis is the main problem. We didn't identify him as a problem, so we're going to take him out as well. And you can see that Ipswich have been far the better team. We need to be a lot more creative. I'm wondering if I should go positive now, because we're not creating too much, and maybe that's a function of mentality. I don't know. Maybe we're just now too defensive, having gone 2-0 up. I don't know. We'll see what happens here as Bruno Fernandes has made it 3-1. I guess FM was testing me. Are you going to panic? We didn't make any changes. And yeah, it was an FM test. We've got some tired players on the pitch, though. And Rashford isn't having his best game either. So we do probably need to think about some changes in the next 2 minutes. Get some of these tired boys off the pitch. But 3-1 up now. I think we can rest a bit easier. And now we are up to 7th. We've gone above West Ham on goal difference. So not looking so bad. Just need to keep Leif Davis quiet if we can. But again, they've got another opportunity. It's a good save. I think I need to G these boys up a little bit. Demand more of them. Fernandes is tired. Garnacho is tired. 3 here are tired. Let's make some changes now. Excuse me. Dallo is very tired. So Nasraoui, who's been injured, can come and play a little bit. Ugarte for Casemiro. And this is where it gets a bit tricky. Christian Eriksen. He can come in and play. I've just been criticising him in real life. Bruno Fernandes is very tired. So going to play Mason Mount there and then bring on Højlund for Rashford. And that will be our changes for this game. Hopefully we got enough nous now to see this game out. I thing is, a lot of the time you make a tactic to counter a team when they have a good spell. If you change it around, we set up the game in a certain way, thinking that that was the best way to play them. And I do think that FM gives you tests. FM is very good at making you panic. For example, in the transfer window, it will do it. You'll be watching a player and then suddenly 6 clubs have bid for him and you haven't made your mind up yet whether you want to sign him or not. This game has a way of making you panic. And the secret to it is not to panic, because that's what the game wants you to do. And often in-game, a lot of this is just simply about, if you make changes now, that will be a poor thing to do. Just because they're attacking doesn't mean they are the better team. And we just have to ride out those spells of attacking. I do want to go to the assistant. Let's ask him for his advice now. Do want to type Mark Leaf Davis, Calvin Phillips, possibly. I'm just going to go with what he says as we come late into the last 10 minutes. Let's win the ball. Nicely done. Has Ericsson got any puff left in him? That's a nice pass. Go on, Hoyland. Go on, son. Go on. Little cross into the box now. And again. Oh, what's that? It bounced off Mason Mount, did it? Mason Mount got in the way of the shot. It was goal bound. I think that's probably game over now. Leif Davis had a very good game. So yeah, I mean, we didn't panic when they pulled one back. I think we would have panicked if they'd got another one. But we didn't panic, and then we got the third. And now let's hope we stop getting these nonsense emails. Oh, there's one last highlight here. 15 seconds to go. Now, who's the highlight going to be for? Win this ball. Nicely done. Are we going to get a fourth, or are they going to get a second? Nice ball. And that's pathetic from Hoyland. But that should be it. It is. And we've beaten them by 3-1. We'll take that. A decent away victory. Even though it was only Ipswich. My record against teams down there is pretty poor. And we are now in, I don't know, you'd probably call that a Europa League spot in 7th. Tottenham beat Arsenal. That's a good result for Tottenham. We do have to play Tottenham in the Europa League semi-final. That'll be an interesting game. So I'm going to rest this team now. We'll just give them a day off. Well done, boys. Don't think there's anybody else needs a day off. So, well done, boys. So, we're actually not, I mean, I'd say beaten by Arsenal, beaten by Chelsea. I mean, I'm not beaten that badly. I'd say we're doing okay at the moment, given the personnel that we have. I'd say we're doing okay. So, West Ham. This becomes a very, very big game now. Because beating West Ham will mean that we will go 3 points clear of them. Let's have a quick look. They are very good at set pieces. But they don't pass the ball very well. They don't have acceleration and pace. And they play with a wing play style. So standard line is the right thing to do. So we'll just keep playing the way that we're playing, I think. We have shifted to playing higher up the pitch. And it does seem to suit the team a lot better. We're getting results when we play higher up the pitch. Double intensity, okay. Oh, it's not for me to add takers. Showing no improvement, showing no improvement. Let's stop that then. And we can do that one. And I think we've actually... He's back in training now. So there are no current injuries. And looking at this, there are no unhappy players in the team either. And why am I facing the sack? Team cohesion's good. The club atmosphere is excellent. Managerial support is good. We've taken them through a dreadful period. And I don't know why I'm facing the sack. We're moving up the table. Who's he? We're not going to praise him. He's only progressing well, not very well. Jace Fitzgerald, offer him a professional contract. Well, let's do it then. Yeah, we don't need his agents. What's this about? Because, yeah, this is true. Because my... I don't know why I'm doing this. Because this should be done by my head of youth development. I've never done this in this save. I know how to do a contract. 9,000. That's a bit much, isn't it? Let's knock that down a little bit. Do I have to do these? Has it changed? There's been another update or something? Because my staff should be doing this. Transfers and contracts. It has changed. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to do that. I certainly don't want to do that. Oh yeah, I do want to do that. But I don't want to do that. And the under-21s, no, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to do that. And I don't want to do that. Contracts... Under 21s, under 18s, I don't want to do that. So, yeah, that's somehow got changed. Hey, Jobby, good to see you, mate. Thanks for coming along. Just need a good run of games. Yeah, I wish you stopping the save after this season. Yeah, it was just a one-season job to see how this tactic would work out. And to be honest, it hasn't. But we've done well to get where we are. We also couldn't sign players. We had just simply had no money. And we've got 9 million in there. But I've got a dreadful overspend on the budget. So 3716. I suppose we should do something about that. We're not going to be able to clear it, I don't think. But it might make them happier. I don't know. It just... without being able to sign players, we couldn't sell players. And it was... We had to work with the squad that we had, which is actually not very good. So we've done well. I would say we've done well to be in 7th. It's not over yet. Campaign steps up for Rashford to win Northwest. When did that become an award? The Northwest Player of the Year. Other players, Rashford, are thought to be in contention. I don't believe it. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Casemiro praise recent form. It's not been bad, actually, has it? What was that one? 6.5. Now, I think he's got higher standards than that. So, who's this boy? Adam Tompkins. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Is that a top talent? What about this guy, Kieran Wilson? These are top talents. It's elite talents. I'm not seeing it myself. But okay, let's have a look at West Ham. Wing play, we know that. And we need to be doing defending set pieces here. So we'll defend corners. And then we're going to go far post. Yeah, we'll go far post because they're quite useful at the near post. I don't think I want to change this team. I think that the team played well last time, so I don't think I want to change anything. Let's give them a run out. Despite what he's going to say, we're going to give this team a run out. The only thing that I am concerned about is Fernandes, who hasn't had a rest. Although, actually his fatigue is low, so we don't really need to worry too much about him. I would love to beat West Ham here. It would be just so good to get a run of 3 victories. Yeah, we know about these players. We wish. Maybe in the summer transfer window. Ugarte has trained well. Mainu is probably one of my unluckiest players. I really feel that he should be playing more, but actually Casemiro has been in very good form. So I can't really play Mainu at the moment. He is there, although he's not my first choice. We'll keep Mainu in. They did well. What are the best winger roles? Depends on really how you want to play. I mean, if you watch that WM, the WM tactic that I uploaded this afternoon, then because of the style in which they played, I had to play wingers. There's nothing wrong with a good winger, a good standard winger. Because you can also ask a winger to cut inside occasionally, so he can function as an inverted winger or an inside forward. I think attacking roles and inside forward would be preferable. Someone along the lines of Salah. That's the kind of boy you want sitting out wide. They've got to be good players, though. Unless they're good players. If they're good at crossing, why not have them getting to the byline? If you've got a big boy in the middle, get to the byline, put some crosses in. So depends on the style in which you want to play, I guess, would be the answer to that. Thanks for the question, Michael. It's all about style of play and where you want to threaten from. Yeah, I can't do the wide centre backs because because the tactic actually employs fullbacks. Oh, they didn't have wide centre backs in those days, and part of what I need to do is stay true to the original tactic. We're trying to create that WM system from the 50s. There were no wide centre backs in those days, so we have to play with fullbacks, and so by using inverted fullbacks, it was the only way I could get the fullbacks to actually stay at the back. So getting the fullbacks to stay at the back was the biggest problem I had. I tried fullbacks on defend, and then decided, okay, they've got to be inverted wing backs, which then they form a back three. The biggest problem is that the halfback is the only option you've got in midfield, in defensive midfield, to drop back into the back line, make a back four. But he only drops back into the back four when we're attacking. When we defend, he immediately moves forward into his defensive midfielder role to try and defend the midfield. So it just isolates the centre back even more. But it's a challenge, and I'm actually looking forward to doing that live and to seeing all these goals going in. West Ham, we are the home team. I think that we should be positive about this. We'll go with the same team. Let's be positive. Well, let's go and try and win this game. Born in 2004, yeah. You probably don't remember those days. Well, you probably don't even know what an inside half is, or a right half, or an inside forward. The inside forwards are basically your attacking number 8s, as they are at the moment. But they were much more attacking than the number 8 is today. So yeah, I wanted to stay true to the tactic, and if they're fullbacks, they're playing with fullbacks, we have to play with fullbacks. And I mean, as I said at the end of it, there's a more modern way. You could put a libero in and he would move forward and create the extra midfielder, leaving the 3 at the back, which would then create the M shape that we were looking for. But they didn't have a libero in those days either, and that would mean it would be a back 4 rather than a back 3. Talked a lot about half-backs. Yeah, I played as an inside forward myself, Stefan. When I was at school, I was a left inside forward. That's where I played. It's quite a creative role, as well as like you do get forward. Yeah, let's pick up where we left off last time. West Ham are not the greatest team in the world. If we play well, we'll win. If we don't play well, then we won't win. Simple as that. I think we've slowed our game down, just like Amorim has in real life, which has helped us recently. The passing has become a little bit more assured now that everything is a lot slower. I do need to have another throat lozenge, because we'll try and keep going and try and keep hold of my voice as we progress the next couple of hours. I wonder if I should get stuck in against West Ham. It's the kind of team I think that we should get stuck in against. But I also worry, are we good enough tacklers? Mainu's a good tackler. Casemiro's a good tackler. Up front, we're not very good. But we're creating chances all of a sudden, which is good. Go on, son. Rashford, that was a poor pass straight to Rashford. And that was a poor shot. Fernandez could have done better. But a good start. A very, very good start. And of course, after this is the Tottenham game, the first leg. I just would love to just employ my WM tactic for the Tottenham game. One of the great things when testing it was the Manchester City semi-final against Real Madrid, losing 14-5 on aggregate. Now that's what I call some goal scoring. 14-5 on aggregate defeat. I think we'll have a lot of fun with that when we do that live. Yeah, for a long time I played in school as an inside forward. It's a fun position to play. It's quite wide, but you get quite far forward. And it's quite a creative role as well. You're feeding the winger. So yeah, it's gosh, I remember those days. I do remember though we played with 2 centre backs. So I'm not quite sure where this one's centre half came from in the 50s, but I was playing later on in the late 60s. Left back. One of my best friends was our left back. A guy called Tony Key. He was one of my best friends, and a very, very good left back he was at school as well. Hey Adam, how are you doing? So welcome to the stream as we continue to try to survive here at United. Still 0-0, but we are the better team. We just got to get a few more of these on target. So it's just telling me that something's not quite working out. But we've kept West Ham from having a single shot. So we got to try and figure out why we are not getting shots on target. But if we can get a goal, then we are heavy favourites to go on and win this. Not getting a goal is a bit worrying. But it might be personnel. Go on, Fernandes. Oh, I did say I was concerned about Fernandes in that he's played a lot of football. Is it him? Is he tired? But the Ligt has put me out of my misery. And we are a goal up, and that's a good result. If we can beat West Ham, we are on a run here. Played as a Carrilero, did you? That's interesting, Stefan. I actually, I wouldn't know how to play as a Carrilero. I know it's kind of like, it's more of a side-to-side motion rather than an up and down. I'd really struggle to actually maintain that side-to-side. I'd want to go forward. But I've never known anybody who's played as a Carrilero. Now I've known someone. That's an interesting role, that is. Rashford, not too happy with. He's probably been quite wasteful. Yeah, don't get complacent. A couple of players we need to talk to. Luke Shaw appeared to get unsure and disheartened. And you're doing well. Keep it up. Now that's got him happy. Rashford, Fernandes. Well, you've not been good enough. And that seems to have got them going. I was going to go and check with my assistant because I didn't do that before the game. I don't think they're causing us too many problems. Alvarez is a good player. But I wouldn't say it's something we need to desperately worry about. Jared Bowen we could probably type mark. Although he's not having a great game. But let's type mark him for the second half anyway. And let's continue what we're doing, boys. Oh, that's got to be a yellow card, isn't it? Got away with one there. In the old match engine, that would definitely been a yellow card, maybe a red. West Ham have had their first shot. Always a concern. Second half syndrome, but it was a long shot. It wasn't a very high quality chance by the look of it. Let's just keep going, boys. We don't look very tired. One or two players are fatiguing, but overall, the boys are not even out of puff yet. Fernandes is starting to have a poor game now. It might be time to give him a rest. I did say I was concerned about him. That he might be the weak link out there today. Let's get him off. Time to give him a rest. And we'll put Mason Mount on instead of him. And Rashford is not playing very well. Rashford's gone into a dip in form. Let's see if Højlund can pick up where he left off. But mostly now it's really about defending and being solid at the back. And we are quite solid at the back at the moment. Even though Ipswich scored, they didn't really look like they were troubling us. And West Ham are not troubling us much either. I don't think that's because we're particularly playing well in midfield either. It's the back At the back, we're playing well. And the standard line suits them, especially of late, because teams have been playing a little bit more direct, trying to get behind us. So I think the standard line has helped, especially as we have no pace. But come on, let's get this second goal, boys. What a chance, and Højlund. And that was a good header. He should have kept it down, though. We still are not getting shots on target, though. Although we are much the better team. But it might be time to make a few more changes. Casemiro maybe needs a rest. Are West Ham going to FM me here? It does look very suspicious, like they might be doing that. But well done, boys. Like I said, we've defended really well. But we do really need to make sure that we either put this game to bed or we focus a little bit more on defending. I'd like to put this game to bed. Another goal and it's gone for West Ham. Dallow's playing well down this side. If he can get another good cross in, and there's Højlund again. Again, he's headed it over the crossbar. Yeah, cover the space when the winger makes his run. Sent a video to our winger at the time. We had a great laugh at FM about Carrilero. Yeah, I mean, Carrilero is a space. He closes down space, basically, out wide in these areas. And this is trouble. We're supposed to be tight marking Bowen. Oof, that was very, very lucky. Oi, who's out there on the left? Luke Shaw. You've got to keep an eye on Bowen. Evening, FM Academy. How are you? So you're the first person I've ever met, Stefan, who's played as a Carrilero. I've never ever met anybody before who's played as a Carrilero. So well done to you, my friend. Could be. I've still got this dreadful cold. But trying to battle on. As there's no point in just staying in bed. You've got to get up. You've got to get on with it. Good evening, Andy. Good to see you, my friend. And how the devil are you? Haven't seen you all last week. That's crazy. Good to see you too. Nice to have so many good friends in here. I did not know it until FM. Come on, boys. I want this second goal. And go on, Højlund. This time. Yes, get in. And that means we are 2-0 up. Garnacho was taken out there. But this is good now. We can make some subs. I thought Højlund was never going to score, but finally he's got one. Who made the pass? It was Mount. Garnacho taken out, and Højlund came from nowhere. Good goal. And let's make some changes now. Yeah, absolutely fabulous holiday, Andy. Absolutely fabulous. I think I know where I've got this infection from. It's aeroplanes. If you've got a long haul flight of 12.5 hours, then you've got 2 or 3 people on that flight coughing and spluttering, then it is gonna, I think you're almost inevitably going to get some kind of infection. Luke Shaw and Mainu. Let's do Christian Eriksen again. And this time Malacia can come and have a game on the left-hand side. I think we've pretty much done away with West Ham now. Yeah, absolutely, Andy. You're gonna, and I think I had somebody sitting next to me on the way back, 2 seats away from me, and he was coughing and spluttering like a really good one. And yeah, I'm pretty much sure that aeroplanes cause you to get infections. I had one, if you recall, I had one coming back last time. That was almost in as well. So I guess just something I got to put myself through. I went to Vietnam and the Philippines. I have lots of friends there. I have my 3 adopted daughters. They live out in Vietnam, although one of them's in Taiwan at the moment. Didn't get to see her this time. But hoping to get back there for December. Be away for Christmas next year. Christmas and New Year. Possibly most of that trip will be in Batangas in the Philippines with the girls. And that'll be fun for me. Cheap as well. So that's the plan. Oh, what a strike that was. But still only 2-0, but we'll take this. It's good enough. Do I have any subs left? No. So that's where I go when I go on holiday. Vietnam and the Philippines. I just love it. Mostly because it's cheap. But yeah, I had a really, really good time. But unfortunately, Andy, I'm not going to be drinking any Red Horse beer while I'm streaming. I don't know if you can buy Red Horse beer in the UK. It'd be worth trying to look around the supermarkets, see if anybody sells Red Horse beer here. It'll probably be a watered down variety because it's very, very strong. I did an interesting project. Do they sell Red Horse beer in the UK? But we're doing rather well. That's 3. We're still only in 7th, though, but we've caught Chelsea up. Chelsea have a game in hand, but we've caught them up. We could get into 6th. Could have an effect on your breathing. FM, it's not expensive to get there either. Hotels don't cost a lot. 3-star hotel costs about £12 a night. It's not like you're paying a lot of money. When I go back, hopefully in December, I won't need to pay for any accommodation. And getting there, if I booked a flight now for December, it'd probably be a return to Saigon would cost 800 and something quid. It's not going to break the bank. So I wouldn't say it's expensive to get there either. £400 each way, that's really not going to break the bank. It's not actually as expensive as people think it might be. The thing that will always, wherever you go in the world, the thing that will eat your money is beer. Wherever you go in the world, it's beer that will eat your money. And it's not going to be food or accommodation, it's going to be beer. And as long as you don't, I don't drink much. Well, I did have a few good nights this time, but generally I just drink 2 small bottles of beer with my dinner, and then that's enough for me. But we did have some good fun nights this time. But it always is beer that eats your budget, no matter where you go in the world. And now we have to play Tottenham on Thursday, and this is a bit scary, this is, because am I going to get sacked if we lose against Tottenham? We got Crystal Palace in between, which might mean that Benidorm. I don't know if I will ever want to go to Benidorm. I don't think I would fit in Benidorm. I think it's probably more for young people, isn't it, Benidorm, rather than old farts like me. But I don't know. Is it cheap? Is it really cheap in Benidorm? Certainly cheap in the Far East. It's very, very cheap. So, yeah, my goodness, we should all pack up and head over there. And actually, as a pensioner, it works out really well for me. Especially if you go out in the winter, because you don't have to pay for heating when you go over there. So you save on your heating bill. To start with, you don't have to pay that excessive heating bill in the winter. And if you go for like 6 weeks or 8 weeks, you've still got money going in the bank each month. And you actually come back with more money in the bank than when I left. And so it's kind of like the money just accumulates. If you just go for a long time, it accumulates, which is kind of cool. Because you're not spending any of the money that's going into the bank this end. You've already got your spending money sorted. You've saved that. So while you're away, money just keeps going in your bank. And Prague, I actually lived in Czechoslovakia for a long time before the Iron Curtain came down. Lived in a town called Brno, outside Prague, and I can't remember what the beer was called, but it was dirt cheap in those days, like about 2 pence for a bottle of beer. Russian champagne was like 17 pence for a bottle. It was like this unbelievable times. When did you go to Prague, HG Will? That would be I'm looking for... Who am I looking for? Chelsea. We've jumped above Chelsea, have we? Yep, we've jumped above Chelsea. What happened to them then? They lost to Manchester City. So we've gone up to 6th. Brno, yeah, I've got very fond memories of Brno. And especially like weekends, Sunday and Monday were our weekends. And we went into the city, into Prague. It was a lot of fun. That was before the Iron Curtain came down, before the Berlin Wall fell. Things were very, very cheap. Yeah, it wouldn't be 2p a bottle now, because I was there well, it was under Russian control, Soviet Union control. Russian champagne, everything was Russian. They're good at set pieces. I'm not really focused on this at the moment. And they win a lot of first contacts at the near post. Win a low proportion, so we need to switch back to near post. Let's go near post. And they are good at set pieces, so we need to train defending set pieces. I guess I'm trying to recall how they play. I think they're going to play in front of us, aren't they? Yeah, control possession. Should be playing with a high line, and that's what we're going to do. Even though we lack pace, I'm going to play with that high line. I don't want them playing in front of us. I'm not going to allow them to play in front of us. We've got to fancy our chances. We've got to go for this. I haven't had an email saying I'm facing the sack at the moment. So I'm hoping we'll get through the week without that happening. Especially as we are now up to 6th. Delict and Dallo are in the team of the week. So the question is, do I want to rest Fernandes? But he's so important to me. We'll keep everybody as it is. I'm going to drop Rashford. And I'm going to play Højlund. Rashford has been a little bit out of sorts. Just wondering about Xerxes. Let's fill up the bench. But I'm going to keep the team as it is. Are we home or away? Are we home or away? Oh, I hate that glitch. We are away. So I'm going to play balanced. I'm just going to play in balance. I'm unsure about how this is going to go. And we're going to be defending free kicks and defending corners. Because they are good at set pieces. And that's it. We're not going to change anything else. got to head off. Been a good watch. Cheers. Nice of you to come in, HG Will. Very, very nice of you to come in, and glad you enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll see you again. And hopefully we're going to make it to the Europa final here. And who knows? Maguire, Ugarte for Casemiro. Casemiro is still in good form, isn't he? He's just dipped a little bit there, but not by much. But let's give him a rest. He is elderly now, so let's give him a rest and put Ugarte in. I don't have a problem with that. Mason Mount. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like Mason Mount played badly, and in fact, he had a very good game last time. So I'm going to put Mount in instead of Garnacho. And then we're going to leave Højlund up top because Rashford's form is poor. And we'll see what happens. We can play balanced. I think it's the end of the line for us. And I just got to hope that the board, if we don't make it to the final, are nice to me. We look at the club vision. That's the only thing that we've passed, is that we are pleased that they've reached the semi-finals. Qualify for the Champions League, we were never going to do that, and they're disappointed. However, they acknowledge that it's still possible to qualify via the Europa League or the bonus places. They're not very happy, but neither am I, because of the squad that I've been given and the tactic. Harry Maguire's injured, well, that's no big deal. Is the new attacking tactic you were talking about when you... I just posted it this afternoon, Andy. The WM 1940s, 50s tactic. It just certainly looks like a lot of fun. I've played the pre-season with the Newcastle team that we had. And boy, goals were just flying in from everywhere on both sides of the pitch. We beat one team, the top team in China, 8-3. We beat Dortmund 6-4. It's so attacking, but yeah, you attack so much that you just give goals away at the back. So I'm going to give that a go. We're going to play, after we finish this one, we're going to play that WM tactic live just to have some fun. Not take it too seriously. And see what happens. That Newcastle team is a very, very good team. And hopefully they will do as well as Manchester City did. Casemiro from Manu, Rashford. No, I'm not going to be tempted. Balance to positive. To dictate proceedings. Yeah, I think no, I'm not going to do it. Because I think that we are the away team and it would be a little presumptuous. So we are going to go back to balanced. I don't think we can dictate. The Chinese mod increase goals. I actually don't think, I mean, I'm playing the Chinese mod here. I don't think it's increasing the goals very much. I maybe adding one on possibly every other game, but I haven't seen a huge increase in this save or any of the other saves where we're scoring a lot of goals. The only thing I'm seeing about it is that strikers hit the ball harder. But most of the shots we've had have been off target in this save, so I'm not seeing it. I think that the updated one actually dumbed it down a little bit from the original. I don't know. I'm no expert on these mods. But I'm not seeing it in this save that teams are scoring more. Maybe we're scoring one or two more goals than we might normally. But I think justified. We've been the better team. Do I want them to pick up? What did we do last time? Yeah, we beat West Ham quite comfortably. I think slowing the passing down has helped this team more than anything else. I don't think our form is due to the mod. And I think that tactic, Neil, will score goals and leak goals using the original engine. I don't know if the mod actually overrides the original match engine. I'm not sure whether people are saying that it only works if you're actually playing the game. I don't know. I'm no expert on this, but I know I like it. And I just think it's fun. And why not? We should have a bit of fun with it. And we're waiting for FM26. We're trying to find ways to have a little bit of fun, Neil. Was that a Herbert Chapman? To be honest, I don't know, Andy. I know it's something they used in the 40s and 50s, possibly even into the early 60s. I was quite inspired by it. Somebody asked me to look into it and see if I could put it together. And I was actually quite inspired to try and make something of it out of just having no only one centre back. It's a challenge, a really big challenge. Which one of these causes me the problems normally? I think it's Bentancur. I got weaker foot here, your left foot. Come on, boys, come on. Let's get to the final. Come on, we can get to the final here. It's only Tottenham. It works if the overleague you have active as playable. Okay. I actually don't know, Neil. But I'm actually enjoying it, and I think I need to be enjoying the game at the moment. We've been let down because FM25 didn't appear, and so I think people are just finding ways to enjoy playing. This has increased my enjoyment of the game a lot more. Call it a cheat if you like. It doesn't matter. Enjoyment for me is more important. But the way that goals are scored with that tactic is not just about me scoring goals, because the opposition are scoring as many goals as we are. And so it isn't really about we are scoring more goals than the opposition. Everybody's getting more goals with that WM tactic. As I said, Manchester City lost the semi-final of the Champions League 13-5 on aggregate. And that's that's a lot of goals to concede in the semi-final of the Champions League. And we are getting beaten here by Tottenham, and they are a goal ahead. Is he going to be given offside? Was he in an offside position there? So, yeah, I mean, at the moment, I'm enjoying the game, and enjoyment is what counts for me at the moment. But I'm not enjoying the semi-final at the moment, and we need to be doing a lot better. And I did say he's a problem. And we were supposed to be tight marking him, and it didn't make any difference. If we can get a goal back, though, we're still in it. We're 1-0 down, we're still in it. And if we go 2-0 down, I'll just play my WM tactic in the second leg. Catch them by surprise. As long as we start creating chances, I'll be happy. We're not out of it. And we are pretty much giving them as good as they are giving. We need to get a little bit more possession. It's getting better. And we've got the momentum back slightly. And they are playing exactly how I thought they'd play. So it's not like they are absolutely dominating us. Son is a nuisance. And he is already supposed to be tight marked. There's not much more I can do with him. I need to hard tackle him. Except possibly put someone on him. We'll put Delict on him. Try and stop him from being such a nuisance. But it's fairly even. It's just Tottenham have taken one of their chances. We haven't taken any of ours. But we're in the game. We've got the highlights back. Again, we didn't panic. Because I didn't think we were doing anything particularly wrong. I think it was just a goal from a free kick, wasn't it? We know they're good at free kicks and set pieces and stuff. But if we can get one back, that throws this tie wide open again. Penalty, ref! That looked suspiciously like a penalty to me, but we never get those decisions. We just need to make sure we keep Mr. Son quiet for the rest of the game. And I wonder, should we go positive? Not while we're the away team and we're only 1-0 down. I think we'll just keep doing what we're doing and not panic. We've come back into the game. Our shooting has not been good enough. It actually hasn't. It's not a possession problem. So I'm going to tell them shooting has not been good enough. I'm going to just give them license to have a shot or two. Just take the restriction off them and give them license to have a shot. They've brought on somebody, it looks like he's a left winger, isn't he? Or right winger. Just defend properly. And if we can sneak a goal, we're still in this tie. We are playing away at the moment. Even at 2-0 down, I won't be too unhappy. Because we can go at them in the second leg. At the end of this game, it's only half time. But they are a better team than we are, quite frankly. The players I am looking at on the pitch against the players that they have in Brennan Johnson and Son, pacey players, they are a better team than we are, as we are about to find out. But finishing is not their forte. So we have got none of the match momentum, but I'm not too worried. Still creating chances. And it's only going to take one of them possibly to be on target. Tottenham are not playing particularly well. They've got the possession. If we can get a little bit more possession, I'll be happier. But I think slowing the game down has helped us a lot. Since we made that change, it's helped us a lot. And we're in. Go on, Dallo. Go on. Nice cross into the box now. No. In fact, he should have hit it when he was about here, just inside the penalty area. He let it run. Picking up the second ball, nicely done by Højlund, but unfortunately it was a poor pass. Go on, take him out. Yeah, that's what we want to stop, is them playing in that area, so well done. We're 2-0 down now. So I don't know if there's anything I can do. I'm going to go positive. Try and get us back. Dallo's having a poor game. Lindelof is having a poor game. Martinez, defensively we've been poor. So I'm going to have to make some changes after I've shouted at them. This is not good enough. And that looks like exit from the Europa League. And let's hope that the board keep me in a job. Because that was what they were hoping that we would. Look at this. Dallo, 6.2. He's had a shocker. Martinez, 6.4. And then Fernandez, 6.4. Garnacho can come on. We'll put Garnacho up here. Mason Mount, dreadful. We'll put Rashford in here. I don't know. We've got to go positive now. Try and get back into this game. Just one goal. If we can get one goal, it's Maddison. He should be being tight marked, Maddison. Yeah. Let's close him down as well. They've kind of run away with the second half, Tottenham. 2-0, are we still in it? I'd feel better if we can get a goal. At 2-1, I'll feel a lot happier. Is this it? Is this the goal, the consolation to keep us in it? No, not from there. We've just been poor today. Played really badly, and if you play badly, you don't win matches. But FM, why did you save playing badly for the semi-final? I guess they just have a better team than we do. A much better team. Which is why they are above us in the league. When I look at their players with envy, their wing-backs especially, Pedro Porro, Davis, good attacking wing-backs. Well, I think, looking at where their wing-backs are, I wonder if I should go just play a little bit more direct. Looking at where their wing-backs are, they're quite high up the pitch. So if we switch, go a little bit more direct, a little bit higher tempo. Well, their wing-backs are pushing forward. If we can get into these spaces, let's see if we can't focus our play down the flank. See if we can't start increasing that, but nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. Although we seem to have stopped them playing. If they score again, we are out. We're gone. History. Well, he's gone a long way, but his finishing was poor. We let him go a long way. Yeah, we've not been great. 2-0 down, I think that's probably it, unless we produce the performance of a lifetime at home. I think we're done. Will we make it to the end of the season? Oh my goodness me, he's in acres of space, but he's missed it. Will he rue that? Will he rue that in the second leg? Will he rue that now if we can get one back on the scoreboard? If we get one back, he's going to have nightmares about that miss. Go on, Masraoui. You haven't done anything in a while. We've got a chance. He's put it wide. Ah, boy, we've just played badly. I don't think there's anything wrong with the tactics we've employed. We've just played badly. It's just a poor squad. Oh, almost 3. 3 will put us out of it. 2 were nearly out of it. Go on, give us one more highlight, FM. Go on, be kind. Don't think we're going to get one. Oh, it's Tottenham, though. Go on, win that ball. 3-0 and we're out of it. Might as well just go attacking in the second leg. We're just out of it. Just a minute left. Can we just go, hold on? 2-0. It's probably not as bad as 3-0. Oh, we could even pinch one here. Go on. Go on. Get support. Let's wait for support. That's it. Lovely pass. Go on, Garnacho. Oh, he's put it wide again. FM, come on. He's been given offside anyway. And that's it. We've been beaten. But it has to be said, they're a better team. Oi, referee, come on. Ah, that's our winning run come to an end. I'm not happy with that performance. Look how many of them played really badly. 6.2 Mason Mount, 6.3 Hoyland, Fernandez 6.4, 6.1 Lindelof, 6.2 for Dallo. No, I'm not happy. FM chose the wrong game to do that to me. But what that does mean is we can't play as badly as that next time. And maybe you're going to have to rest some of these boys now. It was absolutely shocking. They're okay. So we got Crystal Palace on Sunday, have we? Yeah, and then the second leg. I can't see us getting through to the final now. I think 2-0 is going to be too hard to come back from. A little bit too hard for us to come back from. Am I going to get this email now that I could get sacked again? Crystal Palace, they're not great. Are we home or away? Yeah, they're actually quite a poor team. They don't create good set pieces. We need to go back to near post. Yeah. Training wise, we need to be. They're not great. They will play wing play, so we need to bring our line back. And we play positive, I think. A quick goal at home and it's game on. Yeah, there's always that. And is FM testing me now again? Am I going to panic or not panic? Are we going to keep playing as we play? Or is it wants me to panic? Well, I'm not going to panic. To get to the semi-final has been good in itself. So I'm not going to panic. We're just going to play as we play. We're going to play positive at home. And see if we can't control the game a little bit better. But at the end of the day, if the players play that badly again, then there's nothing I can do about it. All those 6.2s, 6.3s, 6.1s, not much I can do about that. And we do need to rotate the team a little bit. So I am going to rest Fernandez, and we are going to rotate this team. Dalot is also coming out. He was absolutely shocking. Mazraoui needs to come in. I think bench. Look at the bench he's chosen. What is he doing? So Luke Shaw, Lenny Oro can play as the centre back. Yeah, let's have some midfield cover on there, shall we? Anthony. We don't need Johnny Evans. Ugarte probably needs to come in for Anthony. I think that's probably it. And we're going to play positive against Palace. We're going to try and get a result here. And just hope that we play better than we did in the last game. After this semi-final, I think there's only 2 games left, isn't there? After this semi-final. Yeah, if we lose in the semi-final, there's only 2 games left. And it's just a case of, then, can we keep our job? Now, we've gone back to 7th, have we? Chelsea won then, did they? No, they drew. So a victory against Palace will take us above Chelsea. And we actually start challenging Spurs. We're not going to get there. We could finish in 6th. We need a good win, though, today. Let's get a good win. Push higher up. No, not when they're playing wing play and they've got pacey players. I think we will play positive. I want to control the game. We've rotated the team. We have to do that now. Give people like Fernandez a rest. And let's see what happens. No, we don't do never press. But I do want to go and ask him what to do. Take that out. I don't think we really need to worry too much about these boys, but we will tight mark him. And I expect to see a much better performance. I'm expecting solid defensive work, quality finishing. I don't know if playing positive is the right thing for this team. I think they play better in balanced mentality rather than looking to control the game. But we shall see. I'm not really worried too much about this. We're either going to get sacked or we're not. What I am concerned about is the 2-0 deficit to Tottenham. If we can get to the final, then we've got to give us every chance in a final. And as yet, I still haven't lost a final in FM24. So I would give us every chance. And Xerxes not got off to a great start. Absolutely, FM Academy can't play any worse than what they've done. And they've started okay. This is not what I would expect to see. They're playing a lot through the middle. And that is an indication that perhaps my assistant was correct. Oh no, that's me. This is Crystal Palace. Again, it's not what I would expect to see. There's a lot of focus down the right-hand side, but a lot through the middle. And my assistant might be right in that they will look to use... They're looking to play narrow by the look of it. And they will look to use the corners of the penalty area. I've got to be careful. But let's get a goal, boys. Almost. But this team is playing better than the last team did, although Xerxes not having a great game. We've been the better team. We've been on the front foot, but we haven't got a shot on target yet. I'd like to get 1 or 2 shots on target. So I'm going to tell Xerxes I want more from him. Because I think he's the one who's getting the shots off target. Oh! So I wonder, I think that my assistant is right, actually. Looking at where they are playing, I think we do need to push our line higher up. I think he's right, because there's a lot of stuff going on down the middle. And I don't like that, and so push the line higher up. Yeah, don't want to give the laptop a virus, yeah. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. There's a few glitches that happened there. The passing looked pretty brisk, but there was a glitch or two going on there. So I'm not quite sure what happened. It's still glitching a little bit. Not quite sure what happened there, but it's okay. That's a lovely pass. Go on, Manu. Oh, boy. We just cannot score at the moment. Few games ago we were scoring for fun. Now we cannot score. Who said this new match engine creates more goals? We still cannot score. 4 shots, 0 on target. We've got 1 on target now. Let's have a look. Just quickly. Manu 1, Ericsson 1, Xerxes 1. And Harry Maguire must be from corners. 2 shots. He's the only one who's had 1 on target. It's not good enough, is it? So what I'm going to do is we're going to come off that. That doesn't seem to be working. Just go, don't take too many touches, just hit it. It would be nice to get a goal, boys. Keep the pressure on Chelsea. Or should I work the ball into the box on and be more disciplined? Let's go for set pieces. I think actually that's what I'll do. Work the ball into the box and be more disciplined. Dribble less so that they're passing it a little bit more. Because at the moment it's just wasteful. And we're taking them apart. It's just we can't score. Our shooting has not been good enough. You look stressed. Well, yeah, you've been very wasteful. Xerxes, Ericsson, Casemiro, and what am I going to say to Manu? You weren't that bad, but you can improve. 1 goal, boys. Come on, give us a goal. That's all I ask. If we don't score in this game, that'll be 2 games without a goal. Don't tell me the match engine is overpowered in terms of goal scoring. We can't get 1 on target. That's poor from Lindelof. Put it into Rosed. Crystal Palace will have no problem scoring, of course. Absolutely 0 problem scoring. We got 6.4 for Xerxes. 6.5. They're not improving. So they're going to be told, basically, I want more. If you don't give me more in the next 10 minutes, you're off. Oh. because Palace looked like they could score at will here. Oh boy. Let's type mark Mateta. Let's make sure that he's not got too much freedom. They haven't had a shot on target either. In fact, it's absolutely dreadful football. 11 shots and only 1 on target, and that's come from Harry Maguire. Rodrigo Riquelme as well. Right, time to make some changes. And some of these boys got to come off. Xerxes, waste of time. So Hoyland. Look at these. Christian Eriksen, absolutely dreadful. Casemiro. Mazraoui. Mount is... Yeah, absolutely. Some absolute sitters have been missed. And we've just been completely wasteful. They've been totally undisciplined, like firing shots from 30 yards and stupidity. It's just ill discipline. And I think Palace have been unlucky. They've hit the crossbar twice, I think. I just think they've been unlucky and we've been extremely wasteful. And now we have Mainu extremely tired. I hope we got to play better against Tottenham. This is a bit of an issue. Fernandez can play as a midfielder, can't he? Or is it... I have got a bit of an issue here. I don't have someone who can come on for Mainu. So, in fact, I will take off Mount instead. And put Garnacho on. Mainu can keep going till the end. Absolutely dire. And I wonder if playing balanced for this side is a better option. I just don't think they like playing attacking football. I think they play better when they're playing in a balanced style. Let's take them back to balanced. Oh. We've gone and lost. Oh boy. The middle of our defense, like, unbelievable. Where was the back three? They were... Well, I have no idea what to say about that. Probably the higher line hasn't helped. Absolutely no idea what to say about that. It's interesting that Palace have played much more down the middle. So we needed a higher line. But I just don't know. That was absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. 8 shots, 1 on target. 6 shots, 1 on target. But in all fairness, we look like we looked at the beginning of the season. Absolutely hopeless at the moment. We had a little revival, but it was only 3 games. Is this number 2 for them? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, we're taking this horrendous form into the second leg. We've now gone back down to 7th. That was our chance. That was our chance to finish 6th. I'm going to start getting these emails again about the sack. Well, I probably deserve the sack. If that's the best we can do, I probably deserve the sack. That was dire. But this is like what it is like watching Man United in real life. Like they'll play well for 2 or 3 games. And then suddenly they're the worst team on the planet. And that's what it's like watching Man United in real life. It just doesn't, it never makes any sense to me how they can be decent for a few games and then suddenly they're the worst team that's ever played. I don't know. And this whole save is reflecting that. And I wonder if it's the tactic. The tactic just doesn't work. Defending corners rather than free kicks. And I don't know why it doesn't work. And I think it's not working because you simply haven't got a good enough team. And that's the same in real life as it is on here. I don't have a good enough team. So we're not playing Harry Maguire. We're going back to the team that I had. So we have De Ligt. So Lindelof comes out here. De Ligt comes in here. Casemiro, Mainu, Dallo, Luke Shaw, Mount and Fernandes, and time for Rashford. I don't know. I think we have to play positive. I think we have to try and take the game by the scruff. We know we have to play with a higher line. Play positive. See what we can do. But I think this, if we lose here, it's season over. We just see the season out. There's just 2 games to go after this. And we just see the season out. And then I don't have to worry about playing this anymore then. Because this is awful. Tackle harder. Okay. I did say during the last game, I wonder if we should get stuck in. Yeah, we're going to continue to do what we do. Just play positively. Try and get an early goal. See what happens. This is it. I love how they get so tired. I'm like, how you've done nothing the whole game. Absolutely. Yes. I think in real life, the Manchester United defenders, I think they could play for 8 hours. They actually don't move. The only movement they make is to go up for corners. And I'm like, they could probably play for about 8 hours. And our home form is important. It's very important in this tie. So getting tired is not an option. Worth putting the striker advanced forward. Both CAMs as shadow striker. I'm willing to give it a try, but I'm going to wait just to see if we take the lead early on. Sarr is always a menace. I think you've made some fair points. And Rashford wants to play as an advanced forward or a complete forward. I mean, I don't think it really matters. We've got one shadow striker here. I don't think Fernandez is a shadow striker, but I'll bear it in mind, and we'll see. If we get an early goal, then we're in with a shout. But if we don't get an early goal, or if they score, we're out anyway. So 2-0, we could make them very nervous if we score first. I wonder if I should play a little bit more direct, a little bit higher tempo. Maybe not. But let's see. Let's get an early goal and we're back in this game. That's a good cross. And that's the kind of thing we want to do. Fire these crosses in. Just got to keep an eye on people not picking. Don't want people picking up yellow cards. Tottenham are playing exactly in front of us, exactly what I thought they'd be doing. Van de Ven is injured, which is good news. So who's playing for them now in the centre? I think we'll see if focusing our play down the middle can make a difference with Van de Ven out. Ben Davies playing as a centre-back there. That looked like a foul to me, but what do I know? Is this where Spurs take the lead and put the tie beyond our reach? Yep, looks like it. Yeah, too easy. Teams can score at will against us. I think that's their first highlight, isn't it? That's how unfair this game is. I don't want to see it again. Well, that was nice. And the question is, are we going to get sacked after this? 3-0 down now. There's no coming back from this now. Let's go attacking. Let's put the other wing back on attack as well. We have to try and win this now. Oh. Let's replace him. Can't shoot, can't score. That's it. The game has suddenly taken away my ability to score. Just out of nowhere, just took it away. Yeah, I did see Wales getting pummeled. Unfortunately, Andy, that wasn't a very nice watch either. I watched the other games as well. Ireland, France. Was it Ireland, France? I can't remember who they were now. Wales, England. I can't remember who was playing who. I did watch them. I think France deservedly won the title in the end. But it was close. England almost did it, Andy. But it was not good enough. Italy, Ireland, Scotland, France, yeah. I thought Scotland played well. Scotland did well, but France were just too good for them in the end. Oh, Son is playing hell with us. Right, Delict, you're going to have to tight mark Son. I thought he had gone off to somewhere else, Son. I thought when I play with Tottenham, he always gets transferred out. Come on, boys. A goal will be nice. Ah, finally got a goal. Finally, FM's decided to give me a goal. I believe so. I thought France just about edged it overall. I thought Wales were very unlucky over the 6 games. I'm embarrassed by Welsh rugby at the moment. I've never seen such a dreadful Welsh rugby team in my entire life. We have such a proud history. And I just don't believe what I'm seeing at the moment. I thought England were unlucky. England are a very good team. And they're not far short of the likes of France and Ireland. Thought Ireland didn't play very well this Six Nations. And maybe getting too old. Maybe Ireland are getting a little too old. Needing fresh blood in there. Oh, are we giving away a penalty now? Of course we have. Of course we've given away a penalty. I don't think you can blame the coach, Andy. I think that they just are awful. They just don't have the players. The players look slow. They look, they're not very strong. Although we're definitely out now. Give them a good berate because it doesn't do the team any good, but it does me good. Mainu, Lindelof. Absolutely shocking. Oh, well, it wasn't to be. I mean, we're playing better. We've got a few shots on target in this game, which is good. But we've just gone and lost 3 games on the trot now, after winning 3 games on the trot. FM is so cruel. Just when it looked like we were recovering, FM saying, ha 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 ha, no you're not. It's so cruel, this game. I know we're a bad team, but don't do things like that to me. Don't give me hope. And don't give me hope now, because you're not going to let me win. At least you're being true to our performances. Couldn't hit a barn door if it fell on him. Okay, let's get some of this rubbish off. I'm going to give Euro a game. Goalkeeper's actually taken the blame for this one. Kobe Mainu, dreadful. Fernandez, dreadful. So Garnacho, switch over those two. And Rashford might as well have not have turned up either. Not much more I can do now apart from suffer. But we got to the semi-final of the Europa. I'm quite surprised we got that far. Tottenham are just a better team than us, I guess. I do look at their team with envy at some of the players that they've got. They even brought in Arujo, who's a very good player. Then they got up front Rakalson, Kulusevski. They've got Johnson, Son. Who have we got? Haaland, Garnacho. I guess a different class. Don't give me hope, FM. Don't give me... This would be silly. No, you're not going to, are you? We can't score. We don't have the players capable of scoring goals. I wonder actually how many goals we've scored this season. It can't be that many. Can't have scored that many. Maybe this team requires the WM tactic, except they'd be losing 7-0 every game. I mean, if you're going to play on with this team, how on earth could you solve this problem? Because you can't sell them all. You can't just get rid of the entire team. You could get rid of 5 of them, I suppose, and just bring 5 better players in, but that's about all you can do. There's really not much more you can do apart from that. Bring back JPR. Oh, Andy, I wish we had players like that again. I don't know if we will ever have players like that. Since they closed all the steelworks and the mining industry and the car factories, they're not producing strong boys anymore. All we've got is people who work in offices. And they're not big enough or strong enough anymore. And I don't know how to change that Welsh rugby. It's got to be at grassroots. It's grassroots has to change. And maybe a better coach and a better whole team at the top. Oh, Hoyland, you could have given me hope then. I mean, we've actually been much the better team, which again is not reflected in the scoreline. Story of FM. But we can't score goals. That is the big problem. All these chances we're having. I mean, we have been much the better team. We just were outclassed by a better team overall. They're going to get the final goal now, aren't they? Oh, boy. It was a good try. But our European dream is over. Maybe my job is over as well. Because we ain't getting into Europe with this kind of form. And that's it. It's all done. Yeah, we should have won that. But you weren't good enough. You are very poor players. So Bayern Munich will play Tottenham in the final. We wouldn't have beaten Bayern anyway. Oh, here it is. The board wish to hold a meeting regarding your position. Your performance hasn't been good enough. Failure to attend will see the board terminating your contract with the club. Where are we in the league? We're in 7th. That's the Europa League. What did they expect? If I just don't attend, then they will sack me anyway. We are not happy with the current performance. Let's blame the bloody players. It looks worse than it is. We've played really well and the form table doesn't show that. Stick to the plan. I'm going to say we appreciate this is your first job at taking that, but we want to know what plan. How can I turn it around? If you afford me some more time. The morale amongst the squad is poor, but it's something which is easily rectified. I don't want to say that. Things didn't really go to plan this season. We'll forget about this season, but we want to see improvement. So we've got a leave of absence. So we're going to be in a job next season anyway, but I'll resign before that happens. So we've got 2 games to go. We'll see where we finish. I still think we can finish in the Europa League, and I think that they'd be extremely ungrateful that given the team that I've had and the tactic is rubbish, still as passionate to do well. I'm happy to stir up controversy if you want. And I think I just don't really want to look at Southampton. I just want to start singing Delilah. Southampton fluid counter-attack. Well, let's start with a high line then. And let's play positive. We've got nothing. At least I'm not getting sacked. I'll go with what he says. And I'm actually going to change to key highlights now. Let's get it done. Nothing to play for. I thought I did very well in that interview. Bought some time. I think that if we can't make major signings, I think that in real life he has to think about changing the system. United can't play the way that he wants them to play. I've seen it here now. Even in simulation, they can't play the way that Amorim wants him to play. They play with width, direct counter-attack football. They can't play the way he wants them to play. Yeah, let's go with that. Question, all you like Beckham? I've bought myself a job till the end of the season, so we're okay. Mazraoui, Martinez is not fit, but they've still got one more day, haven't they? Let's beat Southampton. Come on, FM. Oh, we got to play Tottenham in the last game, have we? Don't even know who Will Murdoch is. So let's get these games done. And then this is finally finished. What a torment this save has been. Oh, boy. Ipswich, on the other hand, was a torment for a while, which is actually turning out quite nicely at the moment, Ipswich. And Ipswich could easily go on and win the Europa League. They're keen on saying they can have him for free. Buy a packet of cornflakes, you can have him for free. Manchester United, we need to win this, though. We need to win this. They're all fit. But look at the bench. He hasn't got any wing backs on the bench. So Luke Shaw. And where's my other wing back? Mazraoui is playing in there. Well, that's not... He is like a nutcase. So who's going to play in there then? Mainu's going in there. Luke Shaw is going on the bench. Yoro, Mazraoui, Shaw. I need midfielders. Casemiro's not fit. Bruno Fernandes. Diallo. None of them are fit to Mason Mount. Don't know who Kieran Wilson is. Rashford. Casemiro. And Xerxes. Chase Fitzgerald for Uganda. Who is he? A win against could see us qualify for the Europa League. See? Let's go attacking. So, I hope we're in key highlights because I don't want this to take too long. But if we beat Southampton, beat Tottenham, morale is terrible by the look of it. I'm just going to leave it to the assistant now. Okay. Let's see what happens. Southampton right down the bottom of the league. Oh, Hoyland's taken the ball off him. 1-0. I bet you we beat Tottenham in the last game as well. Just FM will rub it in. We'll beat Tottenham in the final game. Let's have another lozenge. So why couldn't you do that, Hoyland, in the games that have just passed? One shot, one on target, 1-0. Come on, it's a bit slow in between. Let's keep that clock ticking over. We've absolutely got them hemmed in. Which means one pass over the top and they'll score. Come on, pick up that loose ball. Well done, Garnacho. That is never given as inside the box for me. They're always outside the box. But for the opposition, that will be given as inside the box. Yeah, see? No penalty. It's never ever given for me inside the box, those. Well, 1-0 is not enough. Well done, but get another goal. So I don't see this match engine as being overpowered in terms of attack. We've scored, what, 5 goals in the last 5 games? I wouldn't say it's overpowered in terms of attacking. But it was pretty clear to me we were going to win this game after the last 3 defeats. Just the way the game plays out sometimes. What actually happens? We will be in 6th. That's good enough for the Europa League, 6th place. Why are they so upset? Let's play for set pieces. Go on. Oh, 3-0. FM, you are so kind. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So 6th place is good enough for Europa League. So why are the board being the way that they are? They're lucky I've managed to get them to 6th. I'll tell you what, though, it does actually demonstrate how difficult it is for Amorim to get the team to play like this. Nobody's having a bad game, so let's just get on with it, boys. Keep it up. We're not going to score a hatful here now, are we? When we couldn't score to save our lives a couple of games ago. Or are they coming back into it now? Oh, FM. Yeah, I know, Andy, but sometimes what you want, what you're capable of getting, are not equal, and there's no way that looking at these players, there is no way they are capable of Champions League football. No way. Look around at the other teams, even Tottenham, much better players. So you can imagine the likes of City and Liverpool and Arsenal and Bayern Munich, Leipzig and teams like that. We're just not in the same league. That's outside the box as well. We're not in the same league as them. And we've really struggled to get points. Really struggled. Yeah, see, no penalty. I never get those. I don't think I've ever had one of them. Ever in my favour. And yet the opposition, as soon as it happens to the opposition, it's penalty straight away. Come on, I want another goal. Let's put them to bed. That's not going to do it. They totally lack discipline. They're not listening to instructions, and I just wonder, is that a function of morale where they just don't listen to the manager? Because they're not listening to instructions, they're just totally ill-disciplined. They haven't got a clue what they're doing. Ah, the tired boy is Manu. Garnacho rubbish. Oh, let's go Fernandez. Dallo is tired. But we haven't had a very good second half. In fact, Southampton have been the better team in the second half. We've just not done anything. We're back to this can't be bothered real life attitude we see so often. But I wonder if it is a function of if they just don't like the manager, then they just don't try and they just don't follow instructions. Could be. Because when I've had good relationships with, like, Newcastle, when they were attacking, they couldn't miss. Maybe they were following instructions better than this lot. Oi. So Ugarte now is tired. Again, I've got this midfield problem, haven't I? I'm going to bring Mazraoui in here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to play Luke Shaw as a right back. Why am I short of DMs all of a sudden? Look at them all, complacent. Oh boy. All right, that's it. Let's get this over with. Why all the highlights all of a sudden? I want to get it over with. I should be like so excited to be doing a Man United save. I have never done a Man United save, except for the very first year that I played FM. I just played Man United all the time because it was like new to me, and so apart from that, I have never played a Man United save. So you'd think I'd be really excited as a Man United fan, but this has been like so hard. It's been like torment. I actually don't know how we finished up in 6th here. I have no idea how that's happened. So we're up in 6th. We're 2 points clear of Chelsea, but we still could go down to 7th. 6th will be enough to get in the Europa League. And Tottenham will rest players, I would think, because they've got the final. So the next game is in a week's time. Nobody needs to be rested. Come on, let's get through this. But we did well in that meeting. I'm actually going to change the style against Tottenham. I'm going to go more direct, just to do something different. See if we can't catch them out. I doubt it, but somebody going to get injured as well. I get this funny feeling I'm going to get a player injured this week. Oh, there it is. Harry Maguire, but he's not important. They are good at at set pieces. I mean, I don't know, what would you do in the summer? You'd have to sell all of these players and just like build up from scratch. There's not one of them I would really like in my first team. No, we're not doing that, I'm sorry. Because what you're doing is you're taking out my reserves. Delict, Lindelof, Dallo, Ugarte, and Mainu. We're going to play Casemiro. Casemiro and Mainu. And we're going to play Fernandes, Mason Mount, and Rashford. Only 3 players. So actually Hoyland. Alright, let's get this bench sorted out. So we have Malacia, Mazraoui, Ugarte and Ericsson, Rashford, Garnacho and Xerxes. Solskjaer demands more from Fernandes. I demand more from all of them. Hold a team meeting. Our recent good form. You're having a laugh. Come on, everyone. That's about all I can say, really. So 6th is the Conference League, unless somebody wins a cup, a trophy, who's in the top 6, that then frees up a place. Or if 5 qualify for the Champions League. I don't know how. I just have no idea how it works. No idea. No, we tried that tackle harder last time. Oh, my voice is beginning to suffer now. So let's go to my assistant. I'm only going to just do what he says. Plus, I'm going to... Oh, they have made changes. Type marker Rujo. And then I'm going to ask Delict to take Son. Ah, wait a minute. Son is not playing as the striker, is he? No, it's Rickarlson now. Okay. Go and do this for the fans. If Chelsea win, we have to keep an eye on Chelsea. If Chelsea win, they will go into 6th. Because we are not going to win this. So we're just keeping an eye on Chelsea. And who are Chelsea playing? Home to Wolves. Well, that Wolves are in 20th. That's convenient for Chelsea. So we just have to keep an eye on that Chelsea score. But Chelsea are going to win that. There's no doubt about it. Unless FM is going to be kind, and because we've lost to Tottenham twice, we're due to beat them. But not with passing like that, we won't. This looks like Man United in real. They're getting like pressed and they have no idea how to deal with it, so they just pass it backwards all the time. Here we go again. It's going to go backwards. Yes, this is like Man United in real. That's better. Forwards is always better. Oh, Fernandez. All that support you had. Although we'd have been saying great goal if it whistled in. Come on, let's get it over with. What's happening with Chelsea? 0-0. Was this a game that's going to make me go 1-0 up? Then we look like we've oh, God. Good tackle, Sam. Oh, he's given a penalty, has he? Looked like a perfectly decent tackle to me. But it's going to be given as a penalty. We never get these ourselves. There's another thing. It's always no penalty for me. For the opposition, it's always penalty. It's such an odd game, this. Oh, it's reversed. Maybe it thought it was us. And it did. It looked like a perfectly reasonable tackle to me. These boys are very narrow. There's no distance between them. Worries me, that. Oh, yeah, I thought it was going to be we would go ahead just to see what happens with Chelsea. I just knew it. And now we've just got to be careful because Chelsea will take the lead very soon. Which will mean, I know what FM is doing. We all know what FM is doing. So it keeps us in 6th above Chelsea. Chelsea are still 0-0, but Chelsea will take the lead very, very soon. They're not going to be drawn against the bottom of the league side for much longer. So that's why we've gone ahead. It's a case of can we hold on to it? That's the test that FM is giving me. Can you hold on to it now that you've gone ahead? It doesn't look like it. It does not look like we can hold on to it. Oh. With Richarlison up there, they don't look as dangerous as they did with Son up there. Chelsea still 0-0, are they? No, they've gone a goal behind to Wolves. Would you believe it? Which means that Tottenham can come and equalise now. Finishing in 6th, I'm actually going to be very pleased with that. And I'd be so pleased that I would actually resign. I do not like the attitude of the board. So I'd be so pleased with myself I'd actually resign. I think the board have been extremely unfair. Given the resources that we've had to... We had no money. They didn't give us any money for transfers in the summer. nobody was willing to buy any of our players, and I can't say I blame them. And the players have been absolutely awful. The tactic just does not seem to work. United cannot play in this shape. And so I think finishing in 6th is a very good performance, and now we are 2-0 up. Why couldn't we do this in the Europa League? Oh boy. And Chelsea are still being beaten by Wolves. So I guess 6th there is them. We've only got to hold on now. I mean, they are playing exactly the way I would expect them to play. So, the high line, I mean, look at this midfield line. It's holding them out. That play down the middle, that's why they're playing so well, is because they are controlling this play in front here. But luckily we've been able to score a goal. Go on, make it 3. Not like that, you don't. Time to make some changes. Actually, Ugarte comes in here. And Christian Eriksen can come in there. Dallo is getting very tired. Shaw is on a yellow card. And Mason Mount isn't playing very well, so Garnacho can come on there. And that looks like it to me. Let's have a look at what Chelsea are doing. Still a goal behind to the bottom of the league team. So at the moment, if Chelsea don't score 2 goals in the last 15 minutes, we can afford to lose this one. And they don't seem to me to be 10 minutes to go. Don't give it away now, because this could all change. This FM is a very strange game, and it can all change in the last 2 minutes. Do not give it away now. Still Chelsea losing to Wolves. Even Son is having a dreadful game today. Still Chelsea losing to Wolves. Just 5 minutes left. Let's go back to it balanced. Since they look like they're coming back into it. They switched where they're playing. They look like they're playing more down the flanks at the moment. Go on, there's a break on here. We've got an overload in here. We've got a 3-on-2. 4-on-2. Finally. That'll do. That means that we're pretty safe now. Chelsea are still losing. We finished in 6th. Well, I would say, evening, Joe, how are you doing? I would say finishing in 6th is pretty good. Given that I had no money, that nobody wanted to buy any of these has-beens, and I had to work with the squad as it was, who could not play in that system, just like in real life. And so that is at least Conference League. So it's at least Conference League, and we have to wait until the cup final is over. If we just have a look who's in the cup final. Tottenham are playing Chelsea in the cup final. So if Tottenham win either... what could happen is that Chelsea qualify for the Europa League by winning the cup final. So I'm going to roll this on a week just to see the cup finals. Because if Tottenham win either of those, we will qualify for the Europa League. So let's just roll that forward. Board set the initial budgets, huh? 80 million. I mean, the way I've been treated, I think I probably would resign. I think they've treated me totally unfairly. And I probably, at this point, would resign. But I want to get to... I don't want to attend the meeting. We're not happy. Oh, it's another one of these, is it? I hope you can learn from your mistakes, because there's no justification. Tell me what I need to do to save my job. We will need 10 points from the first... Oh, I can do that. And then we'll resign. We'll resign just after the season starts. We mess up the transfer window and resign just after the season starts. But not that we have any intention of going on with this tragedy. But I just want to know if they've made it... Oh, I'm going to decline. If they've made it through... here's the first one. Bayern versus Tottenham. If Tottenham win this, which they have, does that then mean that we are going into the Europa League? I don't know yet. We don't have any information yet. It will depend. If Tottenham win, I think it's if Tottenham win the FA Cup. Has that been played already? I think it must have been played already. Oh, here it is. Tottenham, I think, need to win the FA Cup. Then we'll qualify for the Europa League. I think... Oh, they've lost it. So Chelsea qualify for the Europa League instead. I think that's how it works now. And we miss out. Okay, so that's that done. So, yeah, as I said, I think that the way the board have treated me... I mean, we finished in 6th. I think that is an extremely creditable performance, given they gave me no money for £0. Couldn't sell any players. I only had the players that I had at my disposal. And like in real life, they could not play in that 3-4-3. They just could not do it. And so to get to 6th, I think, is a good performance. I think the board have treated me really badly. And I don't know why the colours changed. I really don't know why the colours changed on my lights. It's now gone on to police. I don't know what happened there. I can't even switch it off. It's just everything has gone nuts here. I think Stefan 6th was okay. So yeah, I mean, I have no intention of continuing with this. If anybody wants to continue with it, I'll leave it in the comment section, a link to it in the comments, but I can't see that anybody would. It's just too difficult in that 3-4-3. They cannot play it. Thanks for coming, guys. We are going to do the more fun save on Friday. We are going to start with that Newcastle team that we built up, playing with the WM system, and hopefully that will be a lot more fun, and we're going to be scoring bags of goals and conceding plenty as well. So I'm quite looking forward to starting that. And hopefully we'll see you guys, some of you guys, for Ipswich tomorrow. And those who can't make it during the day, we're back on Friday evening, as I said, with that WM Tactic live. Thanks for coming, guys, and do appreciate it. And if you're still sitting there and you haven't given me a like yet, hit that like button. Because likes are so valuable to content creators these days. And I've enjoyed myself. It's been a long old session tonight. And I'm going to go and have a nice cup of tea now, sandwich, and get off to bed. So thanks very much, guys. All that remains to be said is stay safe, take care. See some of you tomorrow. See the others on Friday. Cheers, guys. Good night.